Hey, good morning. This is AunTeaFee about the facts. Well, listen, the facts is that Memphis now has a OCU, organized crime unit for the drivers. They got an organized crime unit group for the drivers. Is they trying to catch the ones that they get running off the road? Huh? Is that a new thing? Y'all lying to me. They trying to crack down. They trying to pick them up. Yes, indeed. They working.
A new position within the Memphis Police Department.
New position.
The Crime Fugitive Task Force is targeting what MPD calls the crime drivers in the city with an attorney to help them out in the process. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. As WREG's Shay Arthur explains, the department says overall this will help tackle crime in the Bluff City.
Responding to crime throughout the city of Memphis, something officers do daily. Now, a new unit, the OCU Fugitive Unit, is taking the offensive. Colonel Frank Winston says investigators notice many of the people they come into contact with for various crimes also have warrants. The OCU Fugitive Unit is now working to track them down.
Make sure that we're taking the crime drivers.
In the Memphis Police Department, the Organized Crime Fugitive Task Force is targeting drivers in the city with an attorney to help them out in the process. Thank you for
A new unit, the OCU Fugitive Unit, is taking the offensive. Colonel Frank Winston says investigators notice many of the people they come into contact with for various crimes also have warrants. The OCU Fugitive Unit is now working to track them down.
Make sure that we're taking the crime drivers off the streets.
The new unit, made up of 29 officers, will zero in on a different part of the city each week, focusing on those with warrants within that precinct. Those who are targeted vary. Some wanted for second-degree murder, elder abuse, vandalism.
Getting them off the road.
In the case of 41-year-old Quincy Turner, wanted for aggravated robbery, police say he's been arrested 44 times since 1993. He's now in jail on a $400,000 bond. Cases like these will now be shown to Forrest Edwards, investigative counsel with Memphis Police.
And what that means is we are working out each piece of evidence is going to be presented in court.
Edwards most recently worked as a prosecutor for the Shelby County District Attorney's Office, but now he also works as a liaison between
And so what now?
the people they come into contact with for various crimes also have warrants. The OCU Fugitive Unit is now working to track them down.
Make sure that we're taking the crime drivers off the streets.
The new unit, made up of 29 officers, will zero in on a different part of the city each week, focusing on those with warrants within that precinct. Those who are targeted vary. Some wanted for second-degree murder, elder abuse, vandalism. In the case of 41-year-old Quincy Turner, wanted for aggravated robbery, police say he's been arrested 44 times since 1993. He's now in jail on a $400,000 bond. Cases like these will now be shown to Forrest Edwards, investigative counsel with Memphis Police.
And what that means is we are working with investigators not only to build probable cause and to build a case to present in court, but we're now thinking through how each piece of evidence is going to be presented in court.
Edwards most recently worked as a prosecutor for the Shelby County District Attorney's Office, but now he also works as a liaison between MPD and the DA's office.
So we're working as one cohesive unit to expeditiously get these dangerous offenders in custody.
Edwards says the idea of his position came from Chief CJ
Ooh, she done aged. Baby, what?
Strengthened.
I want to make sure all
The idea of his position came from Chief CJ Davis, looking at how investigations can be strengthened.
I want to make sure all the eyes.
Baby, she got rid of that side piece.
No problem.
And the feds came, when the feds came in town, she had to get rid of her side piece. And that aged that ass, didn't it?
WREG News Channel 3.
Baby. the stress of it all.
Right now on Daybreak, a heavy police presence outside the FedEx hub on Democrat Road. And this call coming in just before 4 a.m. Corneliussmith joining us live. And Q, again, this is scary for so many reasons. Number one, this location is where tens of thousands of our neighbors work. Fill us in.
Well, Jarita, I can tell you right now, details are extremely limited, but it is a very active scene. There's a lot of moving parts here. Like you said, we're at the FedEx World Hub on Democrat Road. We're just right next to the pedestrian bridge. So you have a lot of employees clocking in and clocking out of work.
Shooting.
In fact, you see a few of them standing right there. But again, cars have been pulling up. They've been picking
Check on your
up,
people.
Dropped off for work. But back to that investigation that you were just referring to. So just on the other side of these two gates, you can kind of see it there in the background there. That's where you see that police presence. Right now, that's going to be FedEx security, but we know, according to Memphis police, that a call came in shortly before 4 o'clock. So
Lord.
just over an hour ago, they got a call about a shooting. Now, at this time, again, like I said, details are very limited, so it's unclear if there are any victims, but it's just on the other side of that gate, that second gate there, where you can see just on the other side of employees, you can see police standing, conducting their investigation. Like you said, this is an extremely busy area. It's been extremely active all morning. Dozens of people have been coming in and out of those doors there, heading into work, clocking out of work. You have a lot of cars moving through here, people picking up their loved ones or people dropping off their loved ones.
Can't even work in peace.
There was probably a lot of people out here when this happened. This appears to be when that shift change is happening. So again, there's a lot of movement. This is a very busy area, but we have reached out to police as well as FedEx for more information as to exactly what happened here. Now, as far as Democratic Road, it doesn't appear as if though this investigation is impacting the traffic here, but definitely impacting those who are getting off the clock here at FedEx. So again, we've reached out to police, we've reached out to FedEx, and as soon as we get those updates, we'll make sure to let you know.
And shout out to Miss Parker, who is an advocate for Shanquella Robinson. Look like there is a wrongful death lawsuit in effect. It's been 2 years. Let's listen.
The nation had resulted in little to no answers for a grieving family. So today marks 2 years since Charlotte native Shanquella Robinson died while on a trip in Mexico. And now her family
It was probably trying to traffic the young lady. You let me tell it.
And the FBI. So thanks for joining us for your news at 5. I'm Alicia Barnes. And I'm Morgan Francis. Shanquella's family held a news conference today to announce the wrongful death suit.
Now I'm fed up with this stuff. I need justice for my child.
Amen.
It's been 2 years to the day that 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson lost her life while on a trip with others in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, just a day after she arrived to the villa. In a new wrongful death suit, her mother alleges 6 others on the trip, called the Cabo Six, lied about her death and tried to cover up what really happened.
I don't want to
conceal
be
information.
I didn't want to be here. If it was up to me, we would have had a thorough investigation and had answers for this family 2 years ago.
The Cabo Six have maintained Shanquella hurt herself after getting
She
drunk.
had broken bones.
Days after they all returned home without her, this video surfaced showing Shanquella naked being violently assaulted by another woman inside the villa where the group was staying.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No.
Others watched the fight, encouraging Quella to fight back. She
Fake
says no
friends.
before she's thrown to the ground and punched and kicked in the head and the back of the neck. She died the next day, and her autopsy conducted by Mexican authorities revealed she died from a severe spinal cord injury and neck trauma. However, when her body returned home, a second autopsy by the FBI contradicted that opinion. The family claims the FBI didn't take their case seriously, and a delay between autopsies led to the varying results.
The federal authorities have a duty to thoroughly and quickly investigate a claim.
A rep with the FBI tells Queen City News it's their standard practice to decline to comment on pending litigation.
Some of these people should have been already in jail. Long time ago.
I agree.
Long time ago. You got a video. If it had been anybody else, child, they would have been locked up.
Mexican authorities issued an arrest warrant for one of the Cabo Six, but to this day, that person has not been extradited. Robinson's attorney says the State Department dropped the ball.
The issue is that process has not even begun, and we're 2 years out from the incident.
Furthermore, the family wants accountability. They claim one of the Cabo Six beat Shanquella, resulting in her death, and alleges the group conspired to cover it all up. Shanquella's death has caused a world of hurt for her family and those who knew and loved her. They're hopeful this lawsuit will grease the wheels of justice.
Justice for Shanquella.
This wasn't a mistake y'all made. It was a choice. And when you make choices in life, there's a consequence.
Absolutely.
On every choice that you make. And it might take a long time, but God is not going to let you get by.
The lawsuit also alleges the FBI took a few months to close their investigation into this case, but has failed to produce documents requested in a Freedom of Information Act request. The defendants will be served with this lawsuit. They then have 21 days to respond.
They own Ray J's ass, ain't they? I wonder, are they on their daddy ass for being... Oh, I can't say that. I mean, why y'all not mad at y'all daddy? Huh? Dude, he finna hem your ass up. Oh, I can't say that either. And hell, he ain't even your real daddy. So why y'all mad at everybody for talking about it? You better watch your mouth if your hands can't match your mouth, man. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah, that's the Breakfast Club. Let's listen.
Outside Halloween party. So Tara Electra, who is just like a big influencer, she had a Halloween party in LA. A bunch of people there. Mario, Amber Rose, all these people, Ray J, Christian, Quincy, and Justin, who are Diddy's sons, were also in attendance. And when the party was over, Ray J was headed in the parking lot. He was there actually with Amber Rose and his manager, David Wintraub. And they were, I guess, waiting for their car. And Christian, Justin, and Quincy walk up to Ray J and they press him. They, according to the sources and people that were around, and now it's not even just sources. Ray J has spoke on this. Hazel E., who was also in attendance and tried to break it up, has spoke on this. So what they're saying is that they walked up to him. There's like a big confrontation back and forth. All the pushing and the blah, blah. And I guess their issue is Ray J has said some things about Diddy and all of the sexual assault allegations.
Ray J said asses were being taken.
Yeah, yep.
Right. That's what he said.
So they want to fight. They want to fight. The sources that first reported this story are saying that it was very clear that Christian and Justin and Quincy wanted to fight. That's their dad. They were upset.
Did they? If they wanted to fight, they would have fought.
Well, what they're saying and what Ray J is saying, and I'll let us take a listen to Ray J, is that Chris Brown hopped out and got in the middle of it and calmed it down. Hazel, he also talks about getting in the middle of it to calm it down. Let's take a listen to Ray J. He was talking to WAC 100 about what went down.
They tried to rush you in Miami?
In LA.
Where?
Well, you know I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else, and I'm like, damn, at the club, dog.
But dog, you didn't have Donut there with you?
I had nobody with me.
So how many of them was it? 2, 3, what?
I don't know, like 8.
Also, it was them and 8, and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
They too young, like that. Like I moved away from it, like.
Huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just, you know what I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is here.
What? Wait, what Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But well, WAC, don't put this up online.
Nah, is this off?
Nah, but still.
It's going up. It's already online.
Well, when TMZ first reported the story, because they broke the story that it happened, right? Mm-hmm. They just had sources. They didn't name who the sources were and who else was around.
Hold on.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out. So my question to you is...
He said don't put it up.
Put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
They too young, like that. Like I moved away.
Him scared.
Like,
huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just.
Him scared.
Luckily, the homie Chris is here.
What? Wait, what Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But well, WAC, don't put this up online.
Nah, is this off?
Nah, but still.
It's going up. It's already online.
Well, when TMZ first reported the story, because they broke the story that it happened, right? Mm-hmm. They just had sources. They didn't name who the sources were and who else was around. But there are sources that told them that Ray J's actually been approached by Diddy's sons 3 times prior to this. So there's been confrontation prior to this.
I mean, they probably look at it differently because they know Ray J. Ray J has probably been to the house. I mean, Ray J... when Diddy went to his trip to Miami and New York, Ray J was on the plane with them, so they probably know Ray, and they probably have a problem with Ray cracking jokes.
Imagine running down on somebody talking about what's up with all that ass is being taken talk. Okay, my daddy ain't take no ass. All right, Diddy's kids need to sit their asses down somewhere. Okay, don't get spanked trying to prove a point that you're not built to prove. You're going to end up in jail with your pops or someplace worse.
But you do understand it, right? It's different when it comes from somebody like you who they don't know, and they probably know Ray J.
Even if they don't know, they probably going to want to run down on shots.
Nah, they're not going to run down on shots,
man. Whatever y'all on, get off it. I know you upset. You frustrated because of what Diddy going through. But stop projecting before you get hurt.
That's that pop, so you do understand that.
Glorilla said she just drove by the cemetery and there's plenty of room for hoes. Okay? So I know they got room for silly ass youngins trying to prove a point. And let's be clear, you try that with Ray J, and Ray J ain't even the one to play with. Bro. You ain't gonna run down on 50.
Yeah, but
you ain't gonna run down, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna run down on nobody that's really
I don't even want that to happen.
But they have a different relationship with Ray J, though, right? Ray J has been to the crib. Ray J has been around them, right?
I don't even think they care about relationships. That's their dad, and it's very public. They just pressing whoever they want to press at this point. That's what it sounds like.
They're not pressing nobody, and that's, I'm telling you,
If they wanted to swing on Ray J, they would have swung.
No, they shouldn't have swung.
If they wanted to, they would have. They didn't want to.
Let's take a listen to Hazel E, because Hazel E was there, and she was also part of the people. I love that there were so many people there trying to break this up, because people don't want anybody to crash out.
Correct.
But she was there also trying to break it up, and she said she was scared. She thought shots was about to be fired. Let's take a listen.
I honestly just saw like Christian, Justin, Quincy kind of start circling Ray a little bit. Words were exchanged. Things started getting heated, you know. I felt like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack. He went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun.
So do you think that had Chris Brown not been there, that the situation could have gotten, you know, worse or
absolutely.
You were worried about, you know, shots being fired?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like if Chris wasn't like the bigger voice of reason in that moment, I don't think anything that any of us were saying would have toned the situation down.
Diddy need to be calling from jail, telling them kids knock it off. Okay, whatever
I agree.
OGs out here that support Diddy and his family.
Kind of start circling Ray a little bit.
Ooh, they was circling that ass.
Things started getting heated, you know. I feel like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack. He went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun.
So do you think that had Chris Brown not been there, that the situation could have gotten, you know, worse or you were worried about, you know, shots being fired?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like if Chris wasn't like the bigger voice of reason in that moment, I don't think anything that any of us were saying would have toned the situation down.
Diddy need to be calling from jail, telling them kids knock it off. Okay, whatever OGs out here that support Diddy and his family, they need to be telling them kids sit their ass down too. They're gonna end up crashing out, you know, trying to prove a point that they're not built to prove.
I agree.
And also with Ray J, this is the second time we've seen an altercation or a situation with Ray J.
Grab that
backpack. I hope Ray J does not have nothing in that backpack, because
Dora, you need, what is in that backpack?
If I'm a police officer, what's the first thing you do when you pull them over?
I'm going to that.
You checking that backpack.
No, forget the police. I hope Ray J got something in that backpack, because if somebody run down on him and they actually got something, they gonna get to Ray J before Ray J get to that backpack. And if he don't got nothing in that backpack, then what? We all gonna be looking at him crazy.
Because I know Ray J.
Everybody playing.
No, that's what I'm saying. It could really go left real fast over nothing, y'all. Like, but what if Ray J was to pull out some them glasses that he be?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
He always got a new gadget he's promoting. Like,
oh my goodness.
Everybody playing, man. But once again, whatever them comb kids on, you get off it. I know you upset, you're frustrated because of what your daddy going through, but you jail telling them kids knock it off. Okay, whatever OGs out here that support Diddy and his family, they need.
As we're saying, would have toned the situation down.
Diddy need to be calling from jail, telling them kids knock it off. Okay, whatever OGs out here that support Diddy and his family, they need to be telling them kids sit their ass down too. They're gonna end up crashing out, you know, trying to prove a point that they're not built to prove.
I agree.
And also with Ray J, this is the second time we've seen an altercation or a situation with Ray J.
Grab that
backpack. I hope Ray J does not have nothing in that backpack, because
Dora, you need, what is in that backpack?
If I'm a police officer, what's the first thing you do when you pull them over?
I'm going to that.
You checking that backpack.
No, forget the police. I hope Ray J got something in that backpack, because if somebody run down on him and they actually got something, they gonna get to Ray J before Ray J get to that backpack. And if he don't got nothing in that backpack, then what? We all gonna be looking at him crazy.
Cause I know Ray J.
Everybody playing.
No, that's what I'm saying. It could really go left real fast over nothing, y'all. Like, but what if Ray J was to pull out some them glasses that he be having?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Click them down.
You know he always got a new gadget he promoting. Like,
oh my goodness.
Everybody playing, man. But once again, whatever them comb kids on, get off it. I know you upset, you're frustrated because of what your daddy going through, but you better stop projecting before you get hurt. Because somebody gonna put belt to ass. Probably literally. That's probably what they would do to some man. Give them wedgies and all kind of stuff.
I feel like
you know what I'm saying? Take
I'm
the
gonna say, butt jokes right now.
Yeah, leave the ass out of it.
No, I'm telling somebody really might spank them on some like, boy, who y'all little boys playing with? Like, don't relax.
The butt is what stirred the pot, and you just gonna keep stirring.
I ain't stirring no pots nowhere on no butts. Okay, ain't no butts for stirred either. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Hold your butts.
No boiling butts going on again. Who was stirring the butt?
A boiling butt. I never heard of that. That's a new one.
You said stirring the pot. All I could think was a butt boiling on the stove.
It's too early to be that kinky. The boiling butt.
And nobody's gonna drop nobody's gonna drop a bomb for Chris Brown that stopped it.
Oh yes, drop a bomb. Two of them.
Usually y'all would say anything about Chris Brown. My light-skinned brother stopped the fight.
Yeah,
stop the beef and make sure everybody went home safely.
Shout out to you know that's right.
That's true.
All right.
He was so focused on the butt, you forgot to pick up your bro.
That's true. That's my light-skinned bro.
That's the envy, bro.
Yeah, my light-skinned bro.
Respect to Chris.
All right. Well, that was Just with the Mess with Laura LaRosa. Wake that ass up in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists.
Okay, y'all.
Two exclusive
I'll be back.
Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post. Up your conduit.
They need to get their kids.